Coach Wade and the crew in Gainesville this morning, ready for an 8 o'clock tip-off tonight. And joining us from the road is Coach Wade. Good morning, Coach. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you guys doing?
Doing good. We talked to you a couple of weeks back about playing opponents twice. You took care of Ole Miss at home in the second time that you faced off against the Rebels. What's the challenge tonight in facing the Gators for the second time?
Well, they've really changed how they're playing. They played us the first time. They were starting their two big guys together, Omar Payne and Blackshear, and now they've gone back to their kind of what they've done in the past, which is playing a smaller lineup. They start Blackshear and they start Johnson 11. He's killed us every game. He killed us last year as a freshman. He killed us in the first game this year. They start him at the 4, and they've moved Scotty Lewis, their 5-star freshman, to the starting lineup. So at the 3, so they're playing a little bit more small ball than they did the first time, than playing with the two traditional bigs, and that's part of the reason I think they've won 5 out of 7, and they're playing quite a bit better.
You changed up your starting lineup and had some success last game. How much do you try to change what you do when you face off against a team that's so familiar with you, with a team like Florida?
Well, really, when you're playing somebody like this, and it's two evenly matched teams, two teams that know each other well, you're just trying to steal. Within the wash of the game, things are going to be pretty even. You've got to try to steal 3 to 4 possessions with baseline out of bounds, a different, maybe a different set that you've been saving that you can get a quick layup on. So you're really trying to make sure you're sharp out of timeouts and prepared to guard their stuff when they change their things up. Not waste opportunities when they change their defenses. They've played a bit more zone lately. They have a little 3-2 zone they've played more of, and South Carolina zoned us on Saturday, so I expect to see a little bit more of Florida's zone, and hopefully we're more prepared for it than we were for South Carolina's.
How do you crack open that zone if you're struggling shooting from the outside, Coach?
Well, obviously the better you shoot it, the easier it is to score against the zone. But if you can get the ball in the middle of a zone, any middle of the zone is a little bit of a soft spot. So
sorry, continue.
If we could get the ball to Watford or Hyatt, they're two of our most efficient guys in the middle of the zone. And if we can get the ball to Watford or Hyatt in the middle of that zone, we're typically in good shape.
Coach, when you look at the 84-82 win in the PMAC last time out, y'all did a very good job on the boards. You out-rebounded by Tim. You doubled up their offensive rebounds. I think Florida only got to the line 11 times. Y'all went 31. You mentioned the lineup changes, right? Them going smaller. Does that, when they were bigger, you beat them on the glass and beat them getting in the paint. Does them going smaller, does that help you out even more in that regard?
Well, we'll see. 11 Johnson's just tough. He's a tough kid. Both offensively, puts his head down and gets to the rim, and then defensively, he's able to move his feet. He's physical. He plays a lot bigger than 6'5". But I think he's like 6'5", 230. But he plays a lot bigger than that. So, we'll see. We're going to need to do a good job on the glass. We're going to need to do a good job, on the free throw line again, trying to beat them on the free throw line. But you can't just assume because they've gone smaller. You can't just assume that we're going to be able to rebound because sometimes we get a lot of our rebounds out of the 3 spot. Well, they're bigger at the 3 spot with Scotty Lewis. They're bigger and more athletic. So we may not be able to get as many from the 3 spot. So, it'll be an interesting back and forth to see who can impose their will on the backboard.
Emmett responded well coming off the bench. I know you haven't made a comment on what you're going to do with the starting lineup tonight. Did you get the return in making that move that you sought out?
Well, we were trying to just change things up a little bit, and Emmett kind of came to us and said, "Look, I like kind of getting a feel and looking at things and having a better sense." It really, the number one thing the lineup did is not necessarily how we started. It made our rotations a lot better. We were just able to rotate guys in a lot better. It made our substitutions easier. We had better lineups on the floor for a majority of the game, so it just made everything go a little bit smoother for us.
Coach, earlier this week, you were talking about the scheduling and pretty tough sledding here with the 8 p.m. tip tonight into an 11 a.m. tip. Y'all have done it a couple times this year, and they're all basically been on the road. Do you address that with your team at all? Do you kind of rally them around, like screw these guys, we're going to do it anyway, or is that just for us and the public to kind of consume?
No, we don't really talk about it a whole lot with the team. They know, but we don't spend a lot of time talking about that or worrying about that. We've got to get ready to play tonight, and we've got to get out of here as quickly as we can after the game, and get on the plane and get back as soon as we can, and then get ready for a really, really good A&M team. Most of our guys got to watch A&M play last night. We were at the hotel by the time they tipped off with Kentucky, and we came back and did film a little bit later in the night after the Kentucky A&M game finished. So they were able to watch them play, and they know how good they are. We're gonna have to, we're just gonna have to fill our emotional tank back up and get our emotional energy back up for the big game on Saturday.
Did you hear from anybody in the league about that rant on the scheduling?
I heard from a coach or two that agreed with me.
Yeah, I bet. You think Charles Manning Jr.'s got his legs back?
We'll see. We'll see how we'll see how he does.
Good luck tonight, Coach. Thanks for the time on game day.
Thanks so much.
There he is. Boot up. Will Wade checking in from Gainesville this morning.
boys.
As LSU takes on Florida